You'll have to excuse me. When you do a stand-up show, yeah?
Did you get 5,000 euros to marriage her?
No!
That's a scam!
It's a scam. Everybody know about this scam? It was going around, foreign men were saying we're being offered 5,000 euros because there's so many Icelandic women and there's not enough Icelandic men. I haven't gotten my check. No, you know, actually, I was thinking about this. I've been here for 5 years, and I was thinking about how different Iceland is in 2025 versus, I don't know, pre-2010, right? And the country's changed like rapidly. Now women are in charge of the entire country, which is not true for most of Iceland's history, right? And it's amazing because obviously that's going to be much better, right? But I think Icelandic women and Icelandic men are pretty much the same. Do you want to know why I think that? You're like, I don't know. You better say the right thing. Okay, here's why I think Icelandic women and Icelandic men are exactly the same. So the history of Icelandic men, right, is that they would go abroad and then capture and take people and then bring them back here, right? And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, congratulations, to Hammingu, you're Icelandic, woohoo, right? Yeah, it was just sex slavery though, wasn't it? But Icelandic women do the same thing. Do you know what they call it instead of going on a Viking? They call it study abroad. Study French and trap a foreigner. Anyway, my name is Dan, or it's actually Asian Dan is my full name. If you grew up with me in a very white area, I think that's very American. No, but I really love Iceland, which is something I have to contractually say 5 times a day. I'm not a citizen yet, so I'm working on it. I do love Iceland, but I want to figure out Iceland. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to belong here. I have 2 kids. They're half Icelandic. I'm married to an Icelander, but it's not enough. It's not enough for me to be Icelandic. So I figured out, though, how to belong in Iceland. And you got to know 2 things about a country if you want to know how to belong, right? You got to know what a country loves, and then what a country hates. And then you go right for the middle, right? And what a country loves, what Iceland loves more than anything else, is if Hitler had been Danish. It's a mistranslation, I'm sorry. If Dansa Hitler. Hansa Hitler. Thank you so much. Yes. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's just Scandinavian shelving. It's Danish shelving, right? That's it. That's it. Any Icelander, if you go to their house, at some point they're going to immediately point you to their Hansa Hitler. My grandfathers. And as a foreigner, I've had to learn to go, oh, wow. Oh, it's so gorgeous. You know, and it's just Danish shelving, guys. It's not the, that's all. If you are selling any, though, I will buy some off of you right now. You know what Icelanders really hate, though? Besides foreigners. No. You know, Icelanders, what they're scared of most is breiðhold. Where are y'all from? Breiðhold. Are you from? Who's from Breiðhold? Yes. Yeah. My wife also grew up in Breiðhold. Okay. Everybody else, you should hold on to your wallet. It's so real. The first time I went to Breiðhold, because my wife is from there, she was just like, hey, you know, I love this neighborhood, but you should know people are scared to come here. I was like, oh, okay, all right. And so we went, and all I remember from that first time was just going down the water slide in the pool, and then checking out a beautiful book, and then I think I even got like a free health check at the health center. I was like, what kind of ghetto is this? But now that I've lived here, every Icelander I meet that's not from Breiðhold, it's just like, why would you move there, you know? And if you ask them, like honestly, it's like, okay, would you rather put your kid in school in Breitholt, and I'm Korean, or in North Korea?
What the difference?
They'll say, oh, you know, it's good for a kid to learn a foreign language. Let's go to North Korea. Which is also something you can do in Breitholt. You can totally learn Korean. There are not actually a lot of us. There's about 20 of us. It's the saddest Facebook group in all of Iceland. Hey, nice to see you. I heard they're putting kimchi in this restaurant. We all show up. No, it's not that good. No, it's nice to be here. But I am so sad to be here as well. I was just in Spain last week. God, it was nice. We were going for 2 weeks and I packed and I got to Spain and then it was very hot. And I looked in my backpack, you know, and I opened it up and I was like, well, I need a piece of clothing for this weather. And I realized that I had forgotten to pack a pair of shorts because I forgot that shorts existed. I had to borrow my wife's pair of shorts, and they were far too short. And Icelanders will lie to you about a lot of things, right? Like when I went to Hawaii, I was like, oh, Iceland, that's amazing. I've heard about that, you know, in a movie, Mighty Ducks 2. And said, like, what's, you know, where is that actually? Because I was very ignorant. I'm American, it's not my fault, I don't know where countries are. And she said, oh, it's in Europe. I said, oh, it's in Europe, that's cool. And I got to Iceland, and it's very much not in Europe, guys. Do you know what's in Europe? Trains. Fucking trains, guys. That's a very European thing. That and like croissants and shit. Do you know what I do every week in Iceland? Okay, on Monday I get a pulse. On Tuesday I get a pizza. And then on Friday I get a hamburger. Yeah, and then I go to Subway. And I eat popcorn on Saturday at the movies. Nothing I do in Iceland is European. I am so angry that I'm here right now. No. I'm very happy to be here. Any foreigners in the room? Yeah, hi. Okay. What do you mean? How are you a foreigner?
I'm from Breitholt.
You're from Breitholt? Also. Very nice. Welcome. It's nice that your parole officer let you come out. Okay, so wait, but are you actual foreigners or also from Breitholt? Yes, sir. What's with all the tricky answers, everybody? I'm not an immigration, am I?
I told you, I am foreigner from Breitholt.
Oh, I'm sorry, but okay, so...
I'm foreigner from Breitholt.
So are you from a different country as well?
Yes.
Where are you from?
I came from Georgia.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have anywhere to go with that. Okay. How big is your Facebook group?
Just 4.
4.
Yeah.
That's
Because
lovely.
they came like Lithuanian.
Lithuania. Yeah, okay. Well, welcome. It's nice to see you. Nobody, but no tourists? We are in a hotel. No tourists here? No.
Did you make your set for tourists or?
No. I just wanted to check before we can talk shit about them. Thank you for your money. But you can leave now. I'm joking. It's not true. It's true though. It is how Icelanders feel. That is how Icelanders treat us. No. It's actually it's nice to see so many of you. Now I just want to give space to we have 4 really funny comedians coming up today. All right, so we have 3 foreigners. Sorry about that, and we do have 1 Icelander for all of you. Yeah, Iceland. Yeah, but he's coming up later. So our first comedian coming up is incredibly funny. Is performing at Salurin on Friday night. Thursday night, sorry. And is much funnier than I am. So I would like, if I ask you guys to can we just practice some making some noise, please. Like pretend like you're at like a confirmation or like a funeral or like a wedding where you should be very quiet. All right, so let's just pretend that let's be very loud, like you guys always fucking are. So can we practice making some noise, please? Woo! All right, nice. All right. Okay, so can we please give it up for Joy?
Hello everyone, hello! Oh my god, there's so many more people than I could see back there. Hello. Hello. My name is Joy. In Icelandic, that's gleði. And if you can't tell, I'm a trans woman, which makes me a kona, which makes me Iceland's one and only gleði kona. So, before I keep going, can the foreigners raise their hands in the room? Where were the foreigners again? Was it just you? I don't know how good your Icelandic is. Mine's shit. My name translates to sex worker in Icelandic. Thumbs up. Now you get the joke. All right. So I'm not just trans. I'm also Turkish. Shocker. Our Facebook group has 50 people. But I'm also from Turkey, and I want to talk a little bit about my country, because I'm going to be visiting for summer soon. And I'm sure all of you have also visited for summer, because it's cheap. But I want to tell you a little bit about my country. The people who have gone are laughing. So, a quick fun fact about Turkey. According to a study done a little bit ago, 48% of the population of Turkey spent the majority of their day angry. That makes Turkey the second angriest country in the world. Yes. And when I told my dad this, the first thing he said was, "Who the fuck is first?" It's Lebanon fair. They have a lot going on as well. But I will say this to Icelanders. I'll tell them that Turkey's very angry. And Icelanders will say, "Oh, we also get very angry. We just don't show it." Right? Which is bullshit. Because if you're getting angry, you're getting violent. Because that's healthy. But let me tell you an example of this. This new story happened about 2 years ago, before I moved to Iceland, and I'll never forget it. There was on a bus, a gentleman had asked to be let off of the bus. And the bus driver said no, because they weren't at a bus stop. By the end of that argument, the bus had been flipped over and 8 people were sent to the fucking hospital, okay? Because when we get mad, we get violent, right? If you're ever bored, just go Google Turkish parliament fight, right? It's so good. Talk about holding your politicians accountable. Can you imagine that in Iceland? Kristrún Frostadóttir versus Bjarni Ben cage match. Oh, my money's on Kristrún. But even in Turkey, our news reporting is more intense, right? If there's a car accident in Iceland, it will be reported in the news as, 2 vehicles had a collision at this street, 2 people were taken to the hospital, their condition is good, the police are investigating how to prevent this in the future. In Turkey, a similar news story would be, traffic monster kills 37. Right? And I told this to an Icelander, and they said, we have a word for traffic monster. It's umferðarnýðingur. Just like, I think they're just laughing at my pronunciation. The word is umferðarnýðingur, just a real jerk on the road. And I said, no, you misunderstand. Traffic monster isn't one person. It is a being, it's a concept that lives above all roads, and all accidents are his doing. And we live in fear of him every day. This next part is a bit difficult for me to say, because I need to make a confession to you Icelanders. I think Turkish tap water could beat up Icelandic tap water.
No.
Here's the thing, hear me out. The Icelandic water is good. It's the champagne of the north.
Yes.
It tastes amazing. But is it strong? Can it kill you? In Turkey, every now and then, a politician will go on TV to prove that the tap water is drinkable, and he will make tea from it and drink it on live TV, and then he will end up in the hospital with dysentery. Okay? Genuinely, the last time I went to Turkey, I ended up in the hospital with dysentery. And I did not even have the fucking tap water. I was just around it. Okay? It's fucking toxic. But, you know, I'm not just Turkish. Another word that describes me is trans. Again, if you couldn't tell. And one person's excited for that. Thank you. Ally. Thank you for your support. But, you know, I've been transitioning in Iceland, and I've been transitioning for over a year now, a little bit. And it's been a process, because I still haven't figured out my gender exactly. Like, I kind of want to say trans girl, but girl feels too infantilizing. You know, I'm not a child. Trans woman is it's too definitive, it's too strong. Man is absolutely wrong. I like to say gorl. Like how Gru says it in Despicable Me. Like gorls. I'm like, yes, that is me. I am gorls. But you know, it's been a process. I've gotten on estrogen as well. These took about 4 months to grow, and Jesus fucking Christ, do they hurt. There's no joke, I just want to talk about my tits. But I've also been going to support meetings, because there's a lovely organization here that hosts trans support meetings where we can all go and chat. I've been going for about a year now, and at the start I was really unsure, because it would be just me and 15 trans dudes, right? So it was an absolute fucking sausage fest. But now things have changed, because now after about a year and sort of the demographic shifting, now it's me and 15 other trans gals. So it's an absolute fucking sausage fest. I can't look at the audience after I make that joke. I feel wrong. But I've been taking advantage of the lovely healthcare opportunities that your taxpayer krona provide, right? And I've been going to the Hulegnastöðin, the skin clinic. Now, I don't know if any of you have gone there. Lovely place, right? But I've been getting laser hair removal. It hurts so fucking much. But I want to tell you about it, because nothing tells the story of me coming to Iceland better than laser hair removal. Because I've had it done here, I've had it done in Keflavik, and I've had it done in Turkey. And I want to give you the sort of cultural divide and tell you about it. So, at the Hulegnastöðin, you go in, and the place is clinical, right? It's super clean. You get in there, and there's 5 identical, perfect-skinned blonde women, and one of them will sort of pull you up, and they'll lay you down on the table. They'll put on their safety goggles, they'll put on your safety goggles, and they'll put the laser machine to your face, and they'll start burning inch by inch, just going psst, right? And if you don't know how a laser hair removal machine works, it's about a square that small that they kind of just place on your face, attached to a massive fuck-off machine, and it just goes bzz, and it burns every single hair follicle, right? So this blonde woman's looking at me, and she goes, "Oh, you have the perfect skin for this. Bzz, white skin, black hair. Oh, bzz, it burns so easily. Bzz, bzz." And you're just there crying, going, "Thank you so much." That's how it's done in Reykjavik. Oh, Kópavogur. But at Keflavik, it's got some people. At Keflavik, there is a mysterious woman there who does laser hair removal like in her kitchen that you enter through under a staircase, right? It's a genuine thing. And she's lovely, but she doesn't know any English, really. Like, she knows very little English. And as you can tell, I know very little Icelandic. And for there, I go for more of the body treatment. So I'm in her room for about an hour and a half, right? I lie down, she puts on her safety goggles, she lubes me up, right? And then as she's burning the skin, we're trying to have a conversation. So she says to me, "How long you Iceland?" And I say, "Oh, 2 years." She goes, "Wow, do you like?" And I say, "Yeah, it's very nice. What about you? How long have you been in Iceland?" And she says, "Oh, 14 years. And I say, "Wow, do you like?" And she says, "No, I like cash." And then she keeps burning away there. This is how it's been in Iceland. Now in Turkey, it's very different. Because in Turkey, you go up to a room of a gentleman whose genuine name is Mehmet the Lame. As in like one leg short Mehmet. Right? That's his full genuine name. And he brings you into his room and he lays you down on a cold, cushionless slab of metal. And then he will just start burning it away and he'll try and chat with you, right? And I say, "Oh, shouldn't you be wearing like safety goggles for this?" And he'll say, "Oh, no, I just blink." So he just goes bzz, 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 as he's burning extremely fast, right? Because he's not waiting for the machine to fucking cool down. So he's just burning, and he's trying to have a conversation with me. So I try and talk back, because he's got his Spotify music playing in the background. And somehow, in this fucking shit-ass office, it's switched to classical music, right? Beautiful piano is playing in the background, and I tell him, as a joke, I say, "Oh, you know, the music doesn't really suit the vibe, because it's like nice and calming, and you're here burning me." And he stops, looks at me, and he goes, "Don't worry, once I get to your genitals, I swap it to hard rock." I hate Mehmet. But, you know, the road to finding yourself is paved with people like Mehmet. Unfortunately. But as my time is slowly coming to an end, I want to ask you all, I want to ask you a question. Because something happened to me quite recently. About, I would say, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now. And I think I was harassed for being trans. I think is the thing. I'm not sure. So I want to ask you guys if I was harassed, because I was crossing the street and a 10-year-old blonde Icelandic girl, right, was coming this way. She walked up to me, stopped and went, "What's up, girl?" Snapped and walked away. Was this harassment?
No.
Was she? I didn't feel supported. I didn't feel good.
She just felt you were cool.
She just felt I was Christian.
Yeah.
"What's up, girl? Slay!"
Yeah.
And then she just left.
I
Didn't
have
say
this
anything.
all the time
Yeah,
myself.
this happens all the time.
It's because of your hair.
Oh yeah. Why are you surrounded by 10-year-old girls?
They're walking, they're everywhere.
They just like your style.
They live around here.
It's the big hair.
Yeah.
My big hair scares cats. It's insane.
But 10-year-old girls rebel against it. They're like, "Oh, that's cool.
But
Hey,
yeah. Yeah, oh my god, good hair.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to follow up with that, so I'm calling that my time. Thank you so much, everyone. I've enjoyed. It's lovely to be here.
And please give it up for Joy. Please keep going. She's so fucking funny. Okay, so the next performer is a controversial person to have on. Okay, because he is sure that his language is better than yours.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Nice to see so many nice people here tonight. How are you doing? Good. Fine. Two people have a good time, yeah? A very tentative clap over there, yeah? Good. Yeah, I'm having a good time. I rode my bike down here, and I realized that riding a bike is a lot like stand-up comedy. The people who do it don't have a car. Yeah, I don't have a car. I do have a lot of debt. So I'm wondering, do we have any rich single ladies here tonight? Yeah. Oh yeah? One over there? Fantastic. I'm always hoping to find a rich single lady to solve all my problems.
Yeah, talk to us later.
Oh yeah? I'll talk to you later. Yeah. Did you say with bad health? What? You got the front throwing shade at the back? Do we have a rivalry going on between the front and the back? Yeah, they got a lot of money, but bad health, I bet. We got tuberculosis in the back. Is that the bench with the tuberculosis or something? Yeah. No. Yeah, but yeah. So I do have a lot of debt, and I've been fired from a lot of jobs. Yeah, I've been fired from a lot of jobs. The first job I got fired from, I was 18. And I was a mailman. And I'd only had it for a short time, and by coincidence they put me on the mail route in my own neighborhood, so I was my own mailman. So of course when I pass my house, I go into my house, I have a sandwich, I pet my cat, stuff like that. So one day after my round, I get back to the post office, and my boss calls me in his office. He's like, "What were you doing in your house for half an hour today?" I'm like, well, I don't know, not petting my cat.